Hey K-popers, and welcome back to Hallyu. This week in K-pop, we saw the sudden disbandment of DSP Media girl group April. COVID-19 is ravaging the K-pop world as 27 different idols test positive in just the last 7 days, and we got a ton of great new music from BM, 101, and more. And real quick, make sure to stay tuned to the end for an announcement. Before we get started, I want to quickly thank Hallyu's honorary producers. If you want to show off your bias group here, share your pics in weekly videos, and join a vibrant Discord community with watch parties, custom emoji, and more, all you need to do is support Hallyu on Patreon. Alright, now let's jump right in. This is your K-pop news update for January 30th, 2022. Well, I suppose we should start with the biggest story of the week, which is that my bias group April has disbanded after 6 years. Now this story actually starts a few days earlier because on January 26th, Rainbow Bridge World acquired DSP Media. The acquisition consists of them buying more than 51% of DSP Media and making them a subsidiary of RBW. Now why is this relevant? Well, April's contracts with DSP were still valid until August of this year, so at least optically this seems like a very quick and motivated decision by RBW to put an end to April before beginning to take over their management. Now as I've said many times, besides Girls' Generation, April are by far my favorite group in K-pop, and they will stay that way. The girls debuted in 2015 with the song Dream Candy and were finally picking up steam leading into 2021 when allegations from former member Hyunju put a halt to the group's activities. Following the announcement of the group's disbanding, the members all shared handwritten letters to their fans as well. The letters varied member to member, but common to all of them was a sincere disappointment that they could not continue being April as they wanted to, implying that if they had their way, the group would still be around. In her letter, Chaewon said, quote, "I really wanted us to stand on stage and greet you again, but I'm deeply sorry that we weren't able to do that," with Yena adding, quote, "We wanted to share good news with Fine Apple who have protected and waited for us, so I can only feel apologetic." Needless to say, I am personally devastated by this news, and as I mentioned in the breaking news video, I have many thoughts that will come out in a future deep dive. And with that, we have a completely different kind of story to talk about, which is COVID-19 once again. With the global rise of Omicron, this past week has been absolutely brutal as the coronavirus has torn through the K-pop industry. Since last week's news video, we've had 27 idols test positive for COVID-19 and counting, and frankly, it's growing so quickly day by day that that number might be out of date by the time you're actually watching this. So who's been affected? Well, the worst hit so far has definitely been YG Entertainment. Icon members Chanwoo, Jinhwan, Yoonhyung, Junho, and Donghyuk, treasures Hyunsuk, Junkyu, Mashiho, and Yoshi, and winners Sunghoon have all contracted the virus, also forcing Icon to halt their activities. On top of that, all of the following idols have tested positive this week. EPEX's Wish, Amin and Jeff, The Boys' Eric, Younghoon, Hyunjae and Haknyeon, WeEye's Donghan, Yongha and Seokwa, Hyolyn, Weekly's Jaehee, Kwon and B, Kepler's Chaehyun and Youngeun, BBJ's Oh My Girl's Yubin, Brave Girls' Yuna, and Pixie's Daya. So as I said, this wave is tearing through the K-pop world right now, and I wish all these idols a quick recovery with minimal symptoms along the way. And let's cross our fingers that the list stops there, shall we? And with that, we'll move on from some news to another incredible week of top tier debuts and comebacks. Let's kick things off this week with Pentagon, who are back with a really interesting and unique sound in Feelin' Like.
You got me feeling like
Card's BM is grappling with his emotions in his new solo release. This is Lie Lost in Euphoria. Comedian Yoo Pil and SF9 Zuho dropped this collab called We Hung, which is way more of a banger than it has any right to be.
우리 흥은 못 막지?
MMD, the group from TVN's Mama the Idol, which consists of Wonder Girls Sunye, After School Kahi, Jewelry's Jungha, Baby Box Reevy's Young Eunji, Byul, and Hyunji Yooni, dropped this great performance video for Ua Hip. Somebody pinch me because it is the year 2022 and we have a new 101 release. Here is Beautiful Part 3. IU and Kang Sung-won teamed up to deliver this collab called Mother Nature H2O. Def, aka GOT7's JB, dropped this low-key vibe called Sunset With You. And speaking of low-key vibes, we have former Lovelyz member Jung Yae's solo debut with the song Plus and Minus, which was apparently filmed by Kwon and B.
I love 1,000 times. 스며들어 내 맘이. I love 1,000.
Golden Child made their Japanese debut this week with this song called Awu. Kyuhyun is in his element in Love Story, the Super Junior members' latest moving ballad. Nature is back with a wildly different concept in Rika Rika, and if you're an OG K-pop fan, does this also remind you of Baby Fox's Coincidence? And last but not least, we have rapper Cookie, who worked with B.O. to drop this song called Good Night. As always, I want to know which songs you really enjoyed this week. For me, it has to be Jung Yain's debut. I don't often like this style of song, but Plus and Minus is such a vibe. So easy to listen to on repeat. And with that, we'll switch gears to Comeback Watch, starting with Stacey. The girl group is gearing up for a February comeback, which will be 5 months since their Stereotype EP. And joining them on the comeback roster will be new girl group Billy. The rookies will be making their comeback in February as well. We have more details on Taeyeon's upcoming album. The release will be called INVU, and it will be dropping on February 14th, Valentine's Day, with 13 new songs. SM is kicking off a new project called NCT Lab, where members will be releasing music outside of official NCT albums, and it's starting with Mark. No surprise there at all. The SM station single Child by Mark will be the first release under this new project. And speaking of NCT, NCT Dream will be coming back as well. We don't know too much yet, but we do know that the comeback is planned for March. And now let's go back to some more news stories, starting with a partnership seemingly out of nowhere, that being ITZY and Pokemon. This picture was published along with a teaser for the upcoming Pokemon games featuring Yeji, though the extent of the collab at this point is still unknown. Mnet has revealed that Taeyeon will be the MC for Queendom Season 2. This is huge, and I'm really looking forward to seeing the group announcements, which can't be too far off at this point. As mentioned last week, Kay will be involved in the musical production of Death Note in April, and this week we got a teaser for her role as Amane Misa in the play. BP has broken a US airplay record among K-pop artists. Her song The Weekend reached number 29 on the top 40 chart between January 17th and 23rd, which broke the record for a female K-pop artist set by Lisa with the song Money, which peaked at number 35. So a huge congratulations to BP. Grimes dropped a music video for her new song Shinigami Eyes, and look who made a cameo. Yep, it is none other than Blackpink's Jennie. P-Nation has put out a statement announcing that Tanaka Koki, who participated in the show Loud, will not be debuting with the group and will continue training. This is definitely the right call in my opinion, as he was born in 2009. In a surprisingly really early announcement, Kepler's Hikaru already has plans after the group's promotions. The planned Japanese girl group XG, which is a joint effort between YG Japan and Avex, will have Hikaru join them after Kepler's 2.5-year promotion cycle ends. And with that, we'll move on to another week in music shows, where Show Music Core did not have a broadcast, leaving us with 5 trophies up for grabs this week. It was really all over the place this week, and it started with Fromus9, who won twice for their comeback DM on the show and show champion. Then it was Wheein taking her first win for Make Me Happy Autumn Countdown, followed by IU earning herself a win for the song Winter Sleep on Music Bank. And to round out the week, it was Got the Beat who took their first ever win for Step Back on Ikigayo in a very close 3-way race. Who do you think will be next week's big winner? Let me know it down in the comments below. Alright K-popers, you're officially caught up on everything that's going on in the K-pop world. Let me know how you feel about the week's news and the new music in the comments down below. And as I mentioned, I do want to make a very quick announcement before closing off, which is that I will not be posting videos this week until the next news video on February 6th. I'll be completely honest, I am really struggling after the April news and seeing the letters from members this week, and I don't think I'm in a place where I can bring you guys the quality of videos that you've come to expect from me, given where my mind's at right now. I hope you understand. So I will see you all back here next Sunday, where we'll get back to our normal schedule, and as always, if you want to stay caught up with the K-pop world as it happens while having tons of fun every single week, make sure you subscribe right here to Hallyu.